Hello aspirants, I have come again to continue further the mahajanpadas, and let me assure you, after this class you will not need to go to any other sources to read it further. Okay, so this is more than enough. So in the middle Ganga Valley, Anga, capital Champa, important. So the capital of Anga was Champa, modern day Bhagalpur, Munger district, location of eastern Bihar. So you need to remember the capital and model locations and if the important rulers possible. So it is situated in the present day in Bihar and West Bengal. Bimbisara annexed this Mahajanpada. Magad, capital, Griv Raja or Rajgir, modern day Rajgir. By 4th century BC, the kingdom of Magad became supreme political entity which roughly covered the modern day Patna and Gaya district of Bihar. You can also see the model location, Patna and Gaya district of Bihar. It was bound by the Ganga, Swan and Champa rivers on the northwest, east respectively and the Vindhya range on the south. And this city was closely associated with Buddha as well as Mahavir. You can see at north Ganga, at west Swan, at east Champa, at south Vindhya range. Okay, and that's how Magadh was surrounded with. Vajji or Bridji Confederacy. Capital was in Vaishali, very important capital. Modern location, areas of Basar near Muzaffarpur area in Bihar. Bimbisara went into alliance with the Vrijis Ganasangha. Most historians consider the Vajji as a confederacy of 8 or 9 clans. That means 8 or 9 clans, form this confederacy, form this Mahajanpada. And that's why it is confederacy. That means a republic, not monarchical form of government. The head of the state is elected by the people, amongst his people, unlike monarchical form of government. Mallas, capital Kushinara Pabha, modern location Kushinagar, Uttar Pradesh. The Mallas were close allies of the Vajjis, however they often indulged themselves in conflict. Mallas were a friend of Vajjis, but there are instances which talked about the conflict, the war between the Mallas and the Vajjis. To their west, Kasi, capital Varanasi, very important. Modern location Varanasi, Uttar Pradesh. It was bound by the Varuna river in the north and the Oshi river in the south. Again, this is very important. The question comes like this, that name of the territory which is surrounded by Varuna river in the north and Oshi in its south. So the answer would be Kasi, and this is important questions. It often comes in the comparative examinations. The Jatakas refer to a long-standing rivalry between Kasi and Kosal. Under Kosala king Prasenjit, the rivalry ended and Kasi was taken under the Kosala kingdom. You can see there was a rivalry between Kasi and Kosal, and Kasi was undertaken by Ajatsatru. Kosal, capital Shravasti, modern locations, modern Awadh region, eastern Uttar Pradesh. It was bound by sea at north Nepal hills, at west Gomti, at south Sarpika or Sandika, or you can say Sai river, and in the east Shadanira, also called Gandaki, modern named Gandaki. And they are important. And that's how Kosal was surrounded with. Saket and Ayodhya were the two important centers of this kingdom, very important. The famous two centers of Kosala, Saket and Ayodhya. Prasenjit, the most popular figure of this kingdom, who was contemporary to Gautam Buddha, very important. So from this point, we got to know that Prasenjit was a contemporary of Gautam Buddha. Batsa or Bamsa, capital Kausambi, modern Prayagraj, Uttar Pradesh. Bamsa was also known for its cotton textile, very important. Bamsa was very popular for its cotton textiles. Vatsa was a powerful Mahajanpada under the leadership of Udayana. Udayana, very important ruler, belonged to Vatsa or Bamsa dynasty. At the same time, King Pradevata was ruling Avanti. Okay, at the same time, Avanti was ruled by Pradevata, another ruler and very famous ruler. There was a rivalry between these two rulers. That means Udayana and Pradayata. They had conflicts. They were the main subject of writings of many legends. In fact, King Udayana featured as the protagonist of at least three Sanskrit dramas from later periods: the Shapana, Vashavatta of Bhasa, and the Ratnavali and Priyadarshika of Harsa. Okay, many legends wrote many, stories, many things, and they were subject of their writings, where Udayana was demonstrated as a protagonist, as a hero in at least three Sanskrit drama. For example, the Shapana Vasuvatta of Bhasha, Ratnavali and Priyadarshika of Harsa. Harsa wrote Ratnavali and Priyadarshika, where he demonstrated you know, where he demonstrated King Udayana as the main lead actor, or you can say protagonist, hero, not the villain. Further west, Kuru, very important capital Indraprastha. Modern location western Uttar Pradesh. The Kurus were settled in the modern day Goya Yamuna Doab region. Very important. The Kurus were settled or located between the Ganga and Yamuna Doab region. They established matrimonial relations with the Yarabas, Bhojas, and Panchalas. Panchal, again another important Mahajanpad. The Panchala Mahajanpad included the present-day Rohilkhand area and was divided into two parts by the river Ganga. Rohilkhand area, basically northern Uttar Pradesh. It had two capitals. Panchalas had two capitals: North Panchal, Ahichhatra, Bareilly, Uttar Pradesh; South Panchala capital Kamplia, Farrukhabad district, Uttar Pradesh. So it had two capitals, Ahichhatra and Kamplia. According to Arthashastra, the Panchalas were initially a monarchical state and later, switched to a non-monarchical form of government. That means a republic. It became a republic. The Mahajanpad had an important urban centers such as Kanauj or Kanyakbhuj, okay, Kanakabju or Kanauj. Very important, huh? Kanauj was an important urban center of Panchalas. Next, Matsya, capital Biratnagar, modern Jaipur, Rajasthan. The capital Biratnagar was named after the founder of the kingdom, King Virat. Sursena, capital Mathura, modern western Uttar Pradesh. The Sursenas were also located in the Yamuna Doab region with their capital at Mathura. Very important. As per Buddhist tradition, one Sursena king, Avantiputra, was a disciple of Buddha. It indicates that there was a matrimonial alliance between Sursena and Avanti. Okay. Towards the northwestern region, Gandhara, capital Takshila, very famous. You need to remember the capital of Gandhara. It was in Takshila. Modern Peshawar and Rawalpindi district in Pakistan. It was a major center of trade and learning. Very important. Gandhara, Takshila, you can say, a major center of trade and learning. Around 6th century BC, Gandhara was being ruled by King Pukkushati or Puskarasan, okay, who successfully waged war against Avanti. He also maintained cordial relations with Magadh. These Puskarasins, or you can say the Pukkushati, the ruler of Gandhara, waged wars against Avanti. And again, he maintained a cordial relation, a beautiful relations with Magadh. Kamboj, capital Rajpura, modern in the Hazara district of Pakistan, Kabul Valley, Kashmir. The Kambojas were monarchy till about 6th century BC, but the later text Arthashastra refers them as Ganasangha. Initially, they were monarchy, but as per Arthashastra, it became Ganasangha. In the central and Deccan regions, Avanti, capital Ujjain or Mahismati. So don't get confused between this Mahismati and Bahubali Mahismati. Okay, this is Avanti. Modern locations, Malwa, Madhya Pradesh. It had two capitals, Ujjain and Mahismati. Avanti was very famous for its famous king Pradevata. Again, I am telling you, this is very important. The king Pradevata belonged to Avanti, under whose reign Avanti entered into military conflicts with Batsa, Magadh, and Kosal. Chedi, capital Shuktimati, modern location northern Madhya Pradesh, Bundelkhand area. Scholars have identified this capital Shottibati Nagara. So it had, even please don't get confused, or don't be surprised if this option is given in your exam paper, like the Shoti Bhakti Nagara. So even if it is given, you must remember, so it is talking about the Chedi dynasty. Okay, Sati Bhati Nagara. Okay, is the capital of Chedi. Many scholars have identified this. Asaka or Asmaka, capital Govardhan, modern Nander in the Godavari Valley in Maharashtra, the only Mahajanpada that lied in the southern India. As per Buddhist texts, it was located at Ashaka along the Godavari River in Maharashtra. Capital was in Potana or Podana. Important, you must remember this Potana or Podana, the capital of Asaka or Asmaka. The Jataka suggests that the Asmaka at some point had come under the sway of Kasi, and that it achieved military victory over Kalinga in eastern India. There are three republicans of the 16 Mahajanpadas, and they are Vajis, Malla, and Panchal. Very important, you must remember this. Thank you.